Hey, it's Steve. Please like and subscribe. Please click on the Deck Heroes icon. Click on subscribe. 100% free. Blood in, blood out. Also, please click on notifications. I've got loads of exciting and interesting content, including the video coming up. And you don't want to miss out. Right, so this particular video is it's just an example of some of the awful advice that's out there that women give to each other. When just look at the title in upper middle, the less you do for a man, the more they do for you. Is that so? Why would that even? Just think of that as a logical concept. Just say if you say that about women right now, just flip it in reverse. The less you do for a woman, the more they do for you. And how would that work out? How's that even logically consistent? But it could be a delusional concept if that's what, depending on what you want to kind of focus on. It just doesn't make no sense. And also, if somebody's setting out to act in a toxic manner, that makes them toxic. You know what I mean? So if somebody is going to wear that banner and go with it, then you got to own it all the way. That if you're going to be a toxic person, then own that. Just own it. So you're not the kind of person that's wifey. You're not nobody's going to stick around with them as well. Anyway, let's see what she's got to say. I'm pretty sure that she's got some nuggets, some real gold to share. Whew, let's go.
Are men out there that will take advantage of you in regards to the things that you can do for them. And I really believe that the less you do for a man, the more that they do for you. Men don't fall in love with you the more that you do for them. This was actually said by my own guy friend. He told me.
Oh, no. The only sense I want, and I will not keep stopping. The only sense I want to give it is that if somebody's not into you, then accept it for what it is. But if somebody's not into you, doing less for them just means you're still in the same position that you were, that they never really were for you. Is that a complicated concept? Yeah, I'm going to go back a little bit because I don't want us to miss anything that she says, but that's as complicated as a concept gets. Let's see what she's going to say.
And I really believe that the less you do for a man, the more that they do for you. Men don't fall in love with you the more that you do for them. This was actually said by my own guy friend. He told me that the girl that he had to work really hard for, the girl that didn't give him much at all to work with, she was very spacey with replies to him. She'd only talk to him very here and there. She would not give anything to him. She would not pay for him. She would not do any of that stuff that I see a lot of girls doing these days. But it made him way more intrigued with her. He was absolutely obsessed with her. He wanted to do more for her because she was doing literally nothing for him at all. Now,
right, so from what she said, if she would have said a gay friend, then I would have said, okay, fair enough, I know where he's coming from. He's just trying to massage you back, give you a back rub. But in what circumstances would you have a conversation with a man? Let's think about it. Because I've never been there. I'm going to be honest with you. I've got to ask the crowd. I've got to ask the you guys out there. In what situation would you have a conversation with a girl where you say, listen, the less that you do, the better. Especially if it's along the lines of, and that will make him love you. It just sounds like bullshit, because that's not terminology that men use. Oh yeah, he'll love you. Men don't mention the L word like that willy-nilly. Come on, man. Listen, you can smell. I'm gonna go back again because this is pure bullshit. Washington decided to put a video together. No man is gonna say, oh, this will make him love you. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Anyway, see what else I'm going to say.
The girl that he had to work really hard for, the girl that didn't give him much at all to work with, she was very spacey with replies to him. She'd only talk to him very here and there. She would not give anything to him. She would not pay for him. She would not do any of that stuff that I see a lot of girls doing these days. But it made him way more intrigued with her. He was absolutely obsessed with her. He wanted to do more for her because she was doing literally.
She would not pay for him, and oh my gosh, man. Women don't pay for things. Women don't pay for things. So she's making it up. You're making it up. It's just all bullshit. Anyway, let's go.
The girl that he had to work really hard for, the girl that didn't give him much at all to work with, she was very spacey with replies to him. She'd only talk to him very here and there. She would not give anything to him. She would not pay for him. She would not do any of that stuff that I see a lot of girls doing these days. But it made him way more intrigued with her. He was absolutely obsessed with her. He wanted to do more for her because she was doing literally nothing for him at all. Now, counter this with a girl that he met the other day, and she completely liked him immediately, okay? She offered to literally pay for his trip to Vegas for his birthday, and she was just offering all of these things that she could do for him. And what does he do with that? He literally is like, that's cool and all for him, but he was not, like, that did not make him like her more. You know what I mean? And she was a really cool girl, is what he said. But it didn't get him to want to really do anything for her whatsoever. In fact, he told me that he'd honestly would rather be with her just so he can get the most out of this girl. So all I'm telling you is men know that they will not appreciate.
That story is complete bullshit. It's bullshit. Bullshit. Not only have I never had anybody do, I never heard of a woman inviting to pay somebody on a holiday. I may have seen it online a few times in a lifetime of watching a lot of videos. Doesn't hardly happen, but it happened to you, did it? Okay, yeah. And he said he's going to fall in love. Is that right? Yeah. Bullshit. Bullshit. Let's rewind. I don't want to miss nothing.
And she was just offering all of these things that she could do for him. And what does he do with that? He literally is like, that's cool and all for him, but he was not, like, that did not make him like her more. You know what I mean? And she was a really cool girl, is what he said. But it didn't get him to want to really do anything for her whatsoever. In fact, he told me that he'd honestly would rather be with her just so he can get the most out of this girl. So all I'm telling you is...
Just so he could get the most out of this girl. That just means sex, basically. Listen, have I got it wrong, guys? Have I got it wrong? So he's got absolutely no interest in her whatsoever. You can't buy him off. You know what I mean? He's saying, okay, I don't know if I even want to sleep with her. Does that sound about right? And even then, he's not too sure because he's just not interested in this girl. She's not an attractive girl. Not to him. You know what I mean? You haven't even said that she's an attractive... You said she's a great girl. He doesn't agree. The end. And the whole bullshit story anyway.
Men know that they will not appreciate you as much if you're doing so much things for them, especially if they haven't really earned it. Or even then, if you are putting them on a pedestal and you're offering all of these things that you can do for them, they don't appreciate you that much. The more you prioritize yourself as a woman and less on that man, the more he will be drawn to you because that's just how their brains work. And you know what my guy friend said to me as well? He said, Ashley, you need to get the most out of these men. Get the most out of these men. Because they know we hold a lot of power. They know that our energy is priceless and they will do what it takes for the...
This is definitely... Listen, I still think it's all bullshit. The whole thing is 100% bullshit. This is either... I think she's just making it up herself. I'm going to be totally honest. 99% I think she's making up herself. At best, for a man to come out with some statement like that, it's not no straight man. I don't think it's blue. I don't think it's true anyway. That's why I'm not even going to say too much more. It's going to play because it's all bullshit.
Right, girl. So promise, you're allowed to ask for whatever the hell you want to ask for. And if someone is not going to do that, someone else will. This is confirmed with my own guy friend. And I asked him, okay, so this girl is doing all this stuff for you. Like, does that make you like her? And he's like, no. The girl that I had to work really hard for is way more intriguing to me and way more interesting. That just keeps me on my toes and I'm like obsessed with this girl. So you need to make these men like obsessed with you. Do less. I promise you'll get way more in return.
The whole chasing game is just out.
I must admit, I love having to like jump over coals. I love the concept of that. I can only say positive things about it if I've ever been in that situation. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to chat somebody up that doesn't really want to know. I like that. Keeps me on my toes. That's what I said to this girl. I can't remember what her name was now. She had like red lips and like straight hair, earrings to here. Come on, was that time now? I also said, yeah, the more that you play hard to get, man, the more makes me chase. Yeah, and also something about, you know, how to make men fall in love with you. What was that? Oh. Anyway, I digress. Let's see what the narrator's got to say.
Dated and manipulative. A healthy relationship is supposed to be about mutual respect, reciprocity, and treating each other with the same energy and effort. Women who play hard to get or intentionally do less, thinking it'll make a guy chase them, are stuck in a mindset that's not only manipulative but backfires in the long run. Men nowadays are waking up to this and realizing they don't have to jump through hoops to prove their worth. They're no longer interested in the games. Reciprocity is what matters. If a woman isn't matching the energy or effort, a guy with self-respect will simply walk away. It's not about being a simp or trying to win her over. It's about realizing his time and effort are just as valuable. Women, in many cases, have set this dynamic up, expecting men to put in all the effort while they sit back and decide whether to show interest. But here's the truth. Men want someone who puts in the same amount of energy, someone who shows interest, communicates, and respects him just like he respects her. Playing games like doing less or trying to appear hard to get only leads to frustration and confusion. The reality is, if she's not giving him the same respect and effort he's giving her, he'll walk away, and rightfully so. Equality, which women have been asking for, means giving and receiving the same energy in relationships. It means treating each other with respect, not playing manipulative games. If a woman thinks doing less will make her more valuable, she's wrong. It just shows she's not serious, and a man who values himself will recognize that. The truth is, women started this game. And now that men are choosing not to play, they're feeling the consequences. Men have grown tired of being the only ones putting in the work, only to be left hanging or manipulated. Now, they're matching energy and walking away when they don't see reciprocity. At the end of the day, it's about mutual effort and respect. Men want a partner who's willing to put in just as much, and if she's not, he'll move on. Simple as that.
Interesting. Listen, I think you went a little bit far. I don't like the angle for men. And so we all suffer, we all kind of have similar experiences, but I don't like the angle which comes from a position of weakness, where we're trying to kind of withdraw from dating, that kind of whole concept, more so than setting our own standard. Because the girls are out there of a given standard. It just depends what we're prioritizing. Are we prioritizing that number, that 9 or a 10 that happens to be in the bar, or do we kind of differentiate and try and find our queen somewhere else? That might be in some kind of social club, in the cafes, in brunches, in art galleries, in, I would have said the gym, but not anymore. Somewhere else, basically. Are we going to put that online? Are we going to put the time in to find us somewhere else? Are we going to focus on just looks? Or are we also going to focus on like personal qualities? And we'll find our queen out there, you know what I mean? It's just that... It doesn't mean we need to accept the realities of the market right now, as I say, and just we have to look a little bit wider than what we would have initially wanted to. But I'm not really into that kind of mindset of, just this, I say, men retreating onto self. We are here because we like ladies, we're attracted to ladies, we love women. So that is never going to be off the table, not on my channel, damn it. Anyway, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications. That is Steve, and I am out.